Okay, let's use the equation we just wrote to represent this balance scale. So we wrote the equation 3h plus 10 equals 28. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to isolate h, or the variable, on one side of the equal sign and put everything else on the other side so we can figure out what h is equal to. So we do have h on one side of the equal sign, but we also have this plus 10, and it's kind of getting in the way. So how do we get rid of the plus 10? Well, what if we subtract 10? Then we'd have 10 minus 10. So that might be helpful. So why don't we try doing that? So if we do 3h plus 10, and then we just stick in minus 10, 10 minus 10 is going to be 0. But the problem is now what we've done is we've unbalanced our scale. So let me show you this. If I remove 10 from here, my scale is unbalanced. So my equation will no longer be balanced. But what if I were to keep that 10 there, remove 10, but also remove 10 from this side? So watch what happens if we do this. I'm going to split this 28. And I'll keep my 8 here, and I'll split this 10 again. And I'm still balanced here now. But what happens if I take away 10 from this side? It's unbalanced, but now I can take away 10 from this side, and we're balanced again. So let's look at how we can represent that symbolically with numbers. We've done it with pictures with our balance scale here. It makes a lot of sense. Let's see how we can make that happen with the numbers in the equation. So I've already put my minus 10 there. So what I have to do then on my equation is just add another minus 10 on this side. So now we're going to simplify again. Let's just put some brackets around this plus 10 minus 10 here so that we can understand what we're looking at here. Now, I could represent this plus 10 minus 10 or positive 10, negative 10 with integer tiles or counters. Let's see what that would look like with counters. Okay, so I have 10 yellow counters to represent positive 10, and I can put 10 red counters to represent negative 10. And now all I have to do is find my 0 pairs that will cancel each other out. And if I look here, I can pick that whole set of 4 is 2 sets of 0 pairs, and they cancel each other out. And right here, I have another 2 sets of 0 pairs, and they cancel each other out. And all the rest of them also cancel each other out. So we can see how we can just get rid of plus 10 minus 10. So now we've seen how the plus 10 and minus 10 effectively cancels each other out. I'm just going to take this and just kind of draw a line through it so we know it's canceled out. So now we write our simpler version of our equation. Now the left side is down to just 3h. We're getting nice and simple here. 3h equals 28 minus 10. I'll simplify the right-hand side of this equation in a separate step. I'm still at 3h on the left. And now 28 minus 10 is 18. So now all I have to do is ask myself, what number multiplied by 3 equals 18 in order to get my answer? Or I could reverse that operation and think about 18 divided by 3, because what we're looking for here is the other number in this number family. So we have a multiplication and division number family that has 18, 3, and one last number, which we know is 6, because 3 times 6 makes 18. 6 times 3 makes 18. 18 divided by 3 makes 6, and 18 divided by 6 makes 3. That's how they're all a number family, or sometimes people call them a fact family. So now we have h equals 6.